Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Number 1, 1984, Steven Spielberg presents
Gremlins. This was my first time watching. Never seen it before, although I have seen like some Watch Mojo stuff that talks about it. I know that it's like a cult classic, so I was really excited going in. How about you?
I felt like I had seen it before, but maybe it's just from all the people, you know, talking. Maybe I'm pretty sure I've seen Gremlins 2, so this is Gremlins 1. First thoughts, we're going in.
Okay.
First person we meet, Pops. He's in the Chinatown shop.
Trying to sell this crazy invention that looked like crap.
Dumb invention.
And didn't even work right.
His invention was like the equivalent of a toiletry bag. Can you imagine trying to brush your teeth with like a brick and you're trying to get in there? Who wants to have their toenails in the same area as their toothbrush? We really tearing up this man's little invention like we're the sharks. It's gonna be a no for me. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Anyway, Asian dude straight up said no to them trying to buy the Furby.
Yeah. Let's
just get into that. Let's just go ahead and get on into the Gremlins.
Yeah. He said no. And then his little grandkid, I'm assuming,
was like, nah, I'm really wanting them new Jordans.
He's like, meet me out back. $200 is yours. And then he goes to proceed to tell him that there are 3 rules for the Furby. First rule. What was the first rule?
First rule was water. I think the second rule was the sunlight.
Okay.
And then the third rule was don't feed the thing after midnight. These are all, to me, pretty easy rules to follow.
Yeah, pretty easy. I mean,
super simple.
He gives the Furby to his son for Christmas. His son's like 16 years old, has a job at a bank, but sucks at it.
By the way, spoilers. We kind of...
So many spoilers.
This is the spoiler part of the review. The whole review's a spoiler.
We assume that you've seen it.
It's 1984.
Or you don't care to see it.
Thank you. This is not going to be a happy review. We just want to go ahead and just say that now. We didn't enjoy Gremlins.
No.
We'll just go ahead and tell you guys.
It was hard to watch.
Right
TBH.
now. The acting wasn't the problem. It was literally the characters themselves. There's nothing they could have acted any different. Like, if those are the people...
Because the dad was clueless. He was making all these inventions.
Clueless and absent.
Yeah.
Like, all movie. It's like he just comes home for Christmas time and then whisks off away again.
To not make any sales.
How you not making any sales on Christmas?
When people love to buy gadgets and gizmos. We bought a LED light that has a speaker in it.
It's cool.
People love to buy gadgets for Christmas.
She doesn't really see the benefit in having this thing. It's cool.
I mean, if you guys see like the light changing, that's what it is.
Next year we're getting an Alexa. Probably not. CIA controlled. We're going off grid next year.
Takes it home to his son for Christmas. He tells him the rules, which I was kind of surprised. I thought that dad wasn't going to tell him the rules.
Because that's what they do nowadays. In nowadays movies, like, they forget, like, to tell you the rules. Oh, it was, I don't know, have fun.
Right.
Just keep it away from water or something like that. And kid's like, all right, dad. Anyway, go ahead.
Son's like, okay, cool. I'm going to go take this up to my room. Plays with it, yada, yada. Has the little kid over. And is showing him the Furby. And then he's like, oh, cool, let me play with it. And then knocks water all over him. And so then it begins to multiply. And so five new Furbies are born. But they come out super like smart. They know how to work everything.
They already knew their own rules.
Yeah.
But it was like, how would you even know your own rules? You were born yesterday.
You haven't been initiated. How? They just are born knowing everything. They can read. But anyway, so once they get fed after midnight, they turn into the Gremlins. And these are like evil things. They have crazy teeth. They like to just eat everything and just like break things and crazy stuff.
Real quick, we just want to insert this. How pedophiliac, though, was the scientist dude who got the gremlin in the first place?
Oh,
he was too excited. Yeah, you just leave this here with me and I'll get back to you in the morning if I find out anything.
When the Gremlins are first like born, they're all in his, or you know, when they first turn, they're all in the house. And mom is like freaking out. She sees one of the Gremlins in like the blender, and so she flips that sucker on.
Yes.
Yes.
Just annihilated.
And then she sees one going towards the microwave, closes that, and then turns it on, explodes.
Moms was on it.
Wow.
She's done this before. You know, just...
We all know she was secretly thinking, finally a good use for this broken thing. Because none of his inventions were good. It was a waste of time, and she never told him. But she's just like, oh wow, you didn't make any sales today? Huh. What a crazy thing.
Such a supportive wife. 80s wives were the best. Mine would have threw all my stuff away.
Yep.
And then one of the Furbies gets dropped into a pool.
And that's when it like super multiplies.
We already know if you accidentally pour some water on, like 5 of them get made. You put like a droplet on them, one of them gets made.
And so that's when they really take over the town and really start doing crazy stuff and messing with people. And man, and they go to a bar. Okay, so when they're in the bar, they all have like different personalities. Like that's when you see one dude's in the back smoking a cigarette.
He was my favorite.
Yeah.
He was my favorite. He was just in the back, had a little candle going. I still didn't understand why the bartender was making them drinks.
Right. Like this was normal. Sure, she was freaked out, but
she was like, I guess they're paying customers. Right. Oh God, don't bite me.
And then there was like a flash dance reference.
Yes, and he's just getting it. He's just getting it. And then he did a little b-boy thing. Where did they get all these different clothes from? Who out here is making mini flash dance socks? Of course, during all of this, we're all wondering, where are the police officers?
Who's gonna get a handle on this?
Who's gonna finally lock this down? Definitely not the 2 idiots who ended up coming on the scene.
They're just driving through town, cruising, looking at all this. Oh no, that's the Smiths.
Oh. What was the old lady's name? I don't even remember the old lady's name. We're just gonna call her Mrs. Fitzgerald. She comes flying out of her own window, lands in the snow in front of them, and they're just like, oh, by George, that was Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Whoa, what is going on here? Son and his little girlfriend are gonna
because he saves her from the bar.
Oh
just
yeah.
to let you guys know.
Yeah, she works at the bar. She's the one who was serving them crazily. So he saves her, and then they're trying to figure out what to do. They go off somewhere alone. Oh yeah, earlier she was talking about how not everyone is happy on Christmas. And he's like, oh, huh, never thought about that.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, and so she tells her story about why she hates Christmas. What even is this
story?
One Christmas, her dad went missing. Her and her mom are looking all over for him. A few days later, it's a little chilly in the house and she goes to light a fire. Smells something crazy. Call the firemen. They pull out her dad's body. He was trying to go through the chimney, pretending to be Santa Claus, and broke his neck. And she says,
and that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus.
It's like she made it so light, like your dad died.
Right, it was so dark. Even poor Furby is sitting there listening to this story like, what even is this right now? Little ears coming down.
Wow.
Is that the punchline we're really throwing in here right now?
Yeah, it was really strange. All of the Gremlins are together in the movie theater. The kids decide to blow them up. Awesome idea.
Awesome idea. She literally said they should blow them up in there.
I did.
And then next thing you know, they're like, let's blow them up. And I'm like, oh snap, we're just blowing up movie theaters now. We're just gonna blow up the local movie theater. That's how we're gonna do this. We're just gonna blow up the local movie theater. Okay, that's fine. So
they blow up the movie theater and then they catch Stripe and burn him up in the sun.
Yeah.
And we're all good. We go home. It was a rough night.
What a night.
Made the news.
Made the news. And we were thinking that they were about to be able to keep Furby and they were gonna love him. Nope. So Asian grandfather shows up and he's like, hey, y'all aren't worthy. Y'all done messed up the darn everything. So give me back the Furby. Here's your $200. I don't know what my grandson was thinking.
Yeah.
You can give them Jordans.
And he's like, just like everyone in this world, you
take nature and like
you kind of take it for granted.
Moral of the story is just if someone gives you rules to follow them to the T. They only gave you 3 rules. You can really do whatever else you want to the Furby. You could throw it like a football. You could punt it. They didn't say those were against the rules. I mean, those might be against the rules. It could take it. I think it looked pretty durable. It was getting darts thrown at it at one point.
Did you see it when it fell into the trash can? He had to bandage it up so hard. He cannot handle a punt.
I guess maybe you're right. Well, anyway, guys, hopefully you liked our review of The Gremlins, 1984 classic during the holiday season. If you liked what you saw today, please click that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below on how you felt about The Gremlins. Right now, it is available on Netflix, so go check it out if you have Netflix. If you don't, I believe it's like $10.99 for Netflix right now. Go check them out. You can watch Gremlins and be just as upset as we were.
Oh gosh, don't do it. Or maybe you can. Just to say you did it.
Just to say you did it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
And that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus.